Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a very simple job if you do it correctly. We have a 2012, it's a Honda Pilot, and I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in here and save the memory in the vehicle. So you're not going to lose all your presets on your radio, you're not going to lose the presets on all of the other devices that you have in the vehicle, such as your GPS. So what I'm going to show you is how you can save the memory on the computer, the radio, and everything else that you don't lose it. Very simple. All you need is they sell lots of different devices. The one I'm going to use here at the shop is going to be a little bigger than what you have, but this one actually plugs into the accessory port or a cigarette lighter or anything like that to keep the power back fed into the computer and all the electronics so that it doesn't actually erase all the memory. As you know, I'm not sure about this one here, but I know most of the Hondas, they have a code that you need for the radio. Otherwise, once you lose the code, you have to try to restore the code. The worst thing you can do is go to one of these big box stores and have them install the battery for free for you. Install the battery for free, and you're going to wind up losing all your memory because they're not going to save anything. So, all right, let me bring you up. I'm going to show you what tools we're going to need, and then we're going to get this job done and out the door. Come on, take a walk with me. Okay, so this, now believe me, I'm not pushing the interstate battery. This just happens to be the batteries that I use here at the shop. Good quality batteries. You're not going to have any problems with these batteries. These are probably one of the most dependable batteries out there. But I'm not pushing the interstate battery. It's just what I use here at the shop. You're going to need a cable such as this. This plugs into the jump start box itself. It would plug into this port of the jump start box, and then the other end of it would plug into the accessory port or cigarette lighter or whatever you have on your vehicle. Now this one you're going to need a screwdriver such as this to actually, you're going to need a screwdriver like this to get these little clips out. You're going to need, I always use 1/4 inch when I'm doing batteries. You don't need anything bigger than that. But if you have 3/8 drive, you can use that as well. And I'm going to need a 10 millimeter wrench on possibly to get this off. So, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come up underneath here, and there's the battery down inside there. It's a little bit tucked in there. It's really fairly simple to do. We're going to take this piece here off. The way we're going to do it is we're going to take these little clips here. We're going to pop this up, and we're going to take this off totally. Then we're going to come over here, and we're going to disconnect the hole down here and down inside there. We're going to take those off. We'll disconnect it and take the hole down out, and then we'll go in the vehicle, turn the key to the on position, and have our jump start box in there, back feeding power into it, and then we're going to take those connections off. So it is fairly easy, so let's get started, and we'll talk about it as we're doing it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go inside the vehicle now, and we're going to connect up this jump start box. So let's grab this and head over to the vehicle. Tough to do when you have only 2 hands. Sometimes you need 3. All right, so we're just going to open this up and throw it on the floor. I know that beeping noise is going to drive you crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do is come in here. Let me just show you something. This is why I want to save the memory. Because we have the computer which runs the vehicle, which has a keep alive memory. The radio itself has a keep alive memory, and it has some kind of a device up here that actually records what's going on while you're driving, as well as the reverse camera that actually is here too, with all of this other crap in it. I mean, the other stuff in it. So I don't want to take a chance on losing the memory on all of this stuff. So that's why I'm doing it like this. All right, so we're going to take this. And we're going to plug into our jump start box like that. And then we're going to come over here to our accessory port, which is right there. And we're going to plug the other end into that as well. Right here. Like that. Now, I am going to turn the key off because I don't want to do anything with this yet. So we're going to turn it off just like that for now. And we're going to go under the hood. And then when we're underneath the hood, we're going to start doing our work underneath here. And then we'll continue. So let me get set up and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take those clips out. You just go underneath here with a small screwdriver and you lift up and you take that portion of the clip out and you take this piece out also with the screwdriver and you lift it up and out just like that. Same thing here. You go underneath it, just rock it back and forth, it pops up and you just pull it. Now sometimes it doesn't come out so easy, but you get the idea. And then we'll lift this out, just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down underneath here. I hope you can see this right here. We're going to take out, let's get you zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we're going to take out the hold downs. We're not going to disconnect the battery yet. We're just going to remove the hold down. Now sometimes they get pretty tight, but don't force them and don't break it. That's one of the reasons why I use the 1/4 inch drive over the 3/8 drive. All right, then we'll just take this out. Now I just want to point this out to you. These have little hooks on the bottom like that, and these hooks slide into a bracket down here, so we just pretty much pull it out and lift it out, and you put it off to the side like that. Now the battery is ready to come out. We're not going to disconnect it yet. We're going to go inside the vehicle. We're going to turn the key on, and we're going to backfeed power through that, that jump start box. So let me do that. Okay, so we have the key in the on position now. We are going to disconnect the negative first. Now you can use a ratchet, you can use a wrench, you can use whatever you have to take this off. It's only a 10 millimeter. Now this one is a little bit tighter here, so we are going to be more careful with this one. And loosen it. You want to be careful that your ratchet doesn't touch anything, okay? And now we're going to take off our negative cable first, and we'll put it off to the side. Now we know we have power through here because we have the battery backfeeding power through it. So we're just going to put this off to the side. We're going to take off this cover here. We are going to put that cover back on, just so you know. We'll lift the battery out. Remember how you took it out. Positive, negative. It's got to go back the same way. Down there. Take off all little caps here and here. Now we're going to reconnect our positive first, like that. Push it all the way down, and it will tighten up that 10 millimeter bolt on here. Be careful that your ratchet doesn't touch anything, because you don't want to have a problem. All right, we'll do the same thing on this one over here as well. And now we'll snug this one down. All right, nice and tight. Hey buddy, how you doing? Okay, we'll be right back. Let me just talk to this customer. Okay, we're going to zoom that in a little bit. Okay, so now after we lay the battery back in there, we're going to take our cover, put our cover back over the top like this, push it down, like that. We're going to reconnect our positive cable first. down like this. We'll reconnect our positive cable back on. Hey, be right back. Okay. And then we'll tighten up our positive cable first. Okay, we'll put our negative cable back on as well. Push it a little bit down as far as it can go. And we'll tighten up our negative cable. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hole down and put that back in there as well. It was a little bit tight getting it through there. Okay. And then we'll tighten down the hole down. Just going to snug it down. Doesn't have to be real tight, just enough to keep the battery from moving around. Okay, so that's our hole down is down. The cable is now connected. I'm going to put this back on here. Push it in here, like that, and then we'll reconnect these pins. They just go in here just like this, and like that, and then these pieces just push back in, lock it in. That's it, all set. All right, let's go inside and make sure we did a good job. Yeah, so that's it, 12:33. As you can see, that's the actual present time up on top up here. That's the incorrect time. I'm assuming that because the date and everything is set correctly, I'm assuming that the customer just probably could not reset it for for the daylight savings change in the time. So all right, so that's it. We're all set. We saved all of our memory on all of our computers on the vehicle, as well as the radio, the GPS, the rear view camera, and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, changing the battery is fairly simple if you just take care of saving the memory on the radio and everything else so you don't lose it. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.